Good evening. This is the time and place for this City Commission meeting in Huron, South Dakota on Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Roll call, please.
Smith.
Here.
Weinreich.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Mayor Harrington.
Here. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have agenda approval? Do we have anything to add or delete from our agenda tonight from the commission?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Harvey. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. City approval, City Commission is going to adjourn to convene as a board of adjustment for the following public hearings. 3.1, I'm calling on our planner, Barry Cranston, to tell us what 3.1 is.
Thank you, Mayor. This variance request is filed by Jenna Tevedal at the project address of 1279 2nd Street Southwest. She's requesting to be allowed to do semi-permanent or microblading tattoo business, which is not a permitted use in an area zoned R2. This particular use isn't allowed anywhere in the city of Huron without a variance, and so within any zoning district. So this is basically the same thing, same business as she was conducting earlier. She was at a different location now. She'll be conducting it over on the 1279 address listed here. Don't have any comments. We received no comments. We recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Motion is approved by Commissioner Harvey. I need a second on this item.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Okay, any questions or Commission, I understand, yes,
I just
Commissioner
got
Weinrich.
just a comment here that this is located in a beauty salon, not necessarily a house. So, but
Okay.
they do have a variance in that location already.
Is Jenna here today?
Yes, Jenna
Oh,
is here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jenna's here. Nice to meet
Yes.
you. Do I have any questions for Jenna? Okay, seeing no questions, I'd entertain a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Passed. Thank you. Moving on.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you.
You can leave now too.
Okay.
No, you don't want to hear us talk.
You want to stick around for this?
I can see it in her eyes. Stay. All right, moving on. We're going to, Board of Adjustment adjourns to reconvene as a city commission. So, public forum. Do anybody on the commission have any public forum tonight? Seeing none, I have one.
I'd have one too. but-
I'm gonna call you up, I have your name down here, Jason. I have one, public forum that, just struck me today as I was driving around town a little bit, and I looked across my corner too. Since we've got some snow, maybe it's a good time for us to remind everybody to, if you have a corner with a fire hydrant, maybe clean that fire hydrant area out so that, our firemen can get to us if your house is burning, so. I will get mine done. Not tonight, but probably tomorrow. I'll get it done. So, with that, Jason, come on up. I know you've got a public forum message for us tonight also.
Mayor, Commissioners, Jason Bechtold, the Huron Police Department. Just gonna let you guys all know we have the annual polar plunge coming up Saturday. Sounds like it's gonna be a good weekend for it. Sounds like the weather's supposed to be nice and warm. So I just wanted to let you guys know, so that way the public can know to come out and support the South Dakota Special Olympics. Most of the money that is raised stays local between the school and I believe it's called the Heartland Hunters. That's the the Huron Area Special Olympics organization, so, if you know anybody who would like to partake in the plunge, there's a link on our Facebook page, or if you're willing, if you want to donate some money to it, there's links on our Facebook page as well, so. The police department, between the police department, the sheriff's office, and highway patrol, we have, 6 of our members partaking in the plunge, so. So far, we're at about, just the police department and that team, we're at about $2,000 is what we've raised, and we're looking to get about 16,000 this year, so.
Give me a good time and place.
The registration will take place Saturday at 11:30 at Big D's, and the plunge itself will take place on Ravine Lake at 1:30. That's all on Saturday. The public is more than welcome to come out and enjoy watching people jump in freezing cold water.
Don't get thrown in it.
What's that?
Somebody could get thrown in the water.
Yeah, it's happened in the past, so, some unwilling participants. So,
All right.
that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Jason.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right. Oof. Moving on to the consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion. Unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item, items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Tonight's consent agenda consists of 6.1 minutes of January 8th, 2024 commission meeting, 6.2 fuel quotes for city departments. 6.3 set February 5th, 2024 as the public hearing date to consider an annexation petition filed by the city of Huron for the Cramston addition. 6.4 consider correction to the section 6 garbage collection rate fees, extra pickups on resolution number 2023-17 to increase from $30 to $50 rate collection. Do any of the commission have any say on that? Is that enough to say? Okay. 6.5 personnel recommendation of termination of part-time 9/11 telecommunication Christine Bales and Jeremy Bales. They filled in when we were having some shortages in our telecommunication, and we really appreciate them filling in for us. 6.6 payment of the bills. Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Okay, Commissioner Weinrich with a motion to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinright.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Moving on to bid quote items. 7.1, I'm going to call on our Assistant City Engineer Dennis Bennett to talk to us about 7.1, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. It is my pleasure to present the final payment on the SBRs. We're only 1% over, thanks to the diligence of everyone involved. Keep costs under control and recommend approval.
Okay. All right, need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Move to approve. Commissioner Smith, need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Bragg. Need a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinright.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. That is a good day, that's for sure. Get that paid off. Okay, moving on to ordinance and resolutions. 9.1, we're going to call on our city planner, Barry Cranston, to explain to us what 9.1 is.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the first reading of ordinance 2260-23-413, zoning administration and enforcement, and set public hearing and second reading for February 5th. This is merely a cleanup bill or a cleanup ordinance to move vehicle detailing from a tier 3, which requires the presence in front of the city commission, down to a tier 2, which is all the public still gets notified. There's still signage that is posted, but it doesn't require the actual approval by the city commission. We can then do it in-house if after 10 days we don't hear any objections. We would recommend approval of this.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Harvey. I need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any discussions on this item? Any more questions need to be asked, Barry?
Mayor, if I may.
Yes, Commissioner Smith.
Is there an opportunity for, like, the variance that we heard tonight to move some of those into a class 2 hearing?
Well, the variances are different because, than the home occupation permits. The variances are, they're asking for an exemption to existing law.
There's not a leveling
No.
of it
It-
like
It's
there is
either,
with home
it's either an
occupation?
allowable use or it's not in that
Gotcha.
case. Whereas the home occupation permit, there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3s. Tier 3s, because of the impact on the neighborhoods, always are brought before the city commission for final approval. That's really the distinctive difference.
Okay. Thank you, Barry.
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, if I could.
Yes, Commissioner.
So if something is a 2 and we send out the letters, if there is a lot of neighborhood input, is there anything that triggers that to move to where it would have to go before the commission?
Yeah,
What's-
if we have a lot of opposition to it, then we do bring it in front of the city commission.
So you'd still have that option as
Right.
an office, you just wouldn't have to?
Right.
Thank you.
Any other questions on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Wainwright,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, but I will call on our city attorney, Tucker Valesky, to go over 9.2.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. 9.2, this is the second reading of ordinance 2257-5-135, Business Improvement District Number 1, Board of Directors. As discussed at the first reading, this ordinance merely adds an ex officio officer to the Business Improvement Board of Directors, that being the South Dakota State Fair representative.
Okay.
Move to approve the second reading.
Commissioner Smith moves to approve. I need a second on the item.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Any more discussion on this item for Tucker? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Wainwright,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 9.3, Tucker, you got that one?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioner. 9.3, second reading of ordinance 2258-30-244, 2023 supplemental appropriation.
Okay.
I'll grab that too. There is no changes from our first reading. Total supplements is 3.9 million. We had land purchasing,
Okay.
so I recommend approval.
Okay.
I would move to approve that.
Move to approve by Commissioner Smith. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Any questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Wainwright,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Moving on to 9.4, Tucker.
Thank you, Mayor. Second reading of ordinance 2259-15-24, names of streets and drives.
Make a motion to approve 9.4.
Commissioner Weinrich, motion to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Any questions on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Wainwright,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Now we're going to 9.5. And you better be Tracy Everson. I'm looking around, I don't see, I know, just about everybody in here, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah, come on up here, please, Tracy.
Perfect.
So So Tracy's here to discuss, we are implementing a pilot program with South Dakota's Workers' Comp Fund for slips and falls.
Yes, we're
So
sure
we have a
hoping to.
resolution that includes some recommendations from them as well as what's come from our city departments. We met with department heads twice, and they agreed it's a good thing to look at and to improve our safety. So Tracy, I'll let you explain it.
I'll be happy to. Mayor Harrington, members of the commission, gonna have you take a look at what we're proposing. I'll start one over here, and one over here, and you can kind of see what we're talking about. As Finance Director Carey indicated, I am Tracy Everson. I'm one of the owners of a company called Safety Benefits, and we do all of the safety and loss control activities on behalf of the STML Work Comp Fund. One of the things that we've been looking at for the last decade is the high number of slips and falls. In fact, we pulled the information in conjunction with the administrator of the fund, and we found that typically 25% of all work comp claims going into the fund from all 500 some members are or from slips, trips, and falls. 25% every year, which is a huge number for something we would hope is quite preventable. Over the last 10 years, over $12.8 million has gone out from the fund as a whole for members, and Huron's portion of that is over $300,000. So what we looked at, mainly because we want to start preventing these slips and falls and prevent employee injury, and also because we want to learn if this sort of product could be helpful, we worked with our counterparts, our associates in Iowa, who started a pilot program like this about 5 years ago. They've had tremendous success with it. So we worked with them. We looked at our top 10 claims getters for over the past 10 years. The city of Huron was one of those. We also, however, didn't just look at the claims, we also looked for members who have some sort of safety program in place, who do the safety committee meetings, who have folks like Chris Newman and people really leading the charge. We didn't want to go out and say, hey, I'm gonna provide a whole bunch of free stuff, we really hope you wear it, and then have no follow-up on it. We really, the whole idea is twofold. First, this year of the pilot, or this season of the pilot, hoping that folks will try the different products. The Work Comp Fund is purchasing all of it. Safety Benefits will help with any training, if we need to come out and make sure that folks understand what the purpose is. The whole idea is that it's an additional piece of PPE. No different than your safety glasses. If you're supposed to wear your safety glasses, you should have them on. If you're supposed to wear gloves to do a task, you should have them on. If you're supposed to wear, safety toe boots or a hard hat, you should have them on. Same thing with these. It's not expected that when you get to work in the morning, you put them on and then you leave them on all day. It's great if you want to do that. They're considered transitional footwear from a company called Winter Walking, and they've got loads of experience working with this stuff. And transitional meaning that if I wanted to put them on in the morning, I should be able to go indoors, outdoors, or drive machinery or a car. Now, in the real world, it's probably not gonna work exactly that way, which is why folks are going to need to make their decision. Based on the tasks that I'm doing, does this increase my safety, or is it a hindrance? Or if I'm going into somebody's home, is it gonna wreck the wood floor? All of those things need to be considered, but we've been working together since before Christmas in hopes that the commission would see this as a benefit. We're really excited about it. What we intend to do is hopefully do the pilot, gather information from that, and then in upcoming years, if it really is something that folks find make a difference, perhaps the Work Comp Fund will put forth a grant program to say, all right, no more pilot, but those members that are interested in purchasing this, let's get it for you at a reduced cost.
Can you elaborate on the cost of these?
Sure.
Just for knowledge.
You bet. If you were to go to, let's say, just for the sake of example, a Fastenal, a Grainger, an Amazon, you're probably looking at about $45 to $75 a pair, depending on what the markup is, what the size is. We are able to get them all for $32. plus tax and shipping. So that will be something that the work comp fund they will pay that cost. You won't have any out-of-pocket costs on this. The one thing we've gotten a lot of questions about, and I want to make sure that folks are comfortable with this, the work comp fund said, well, gee, you know, there's a lot of carrot going on here, but there's gotta be a little bit of a stick to tell folks, we really mean it. If we get all these for you, you gotta use them. There has to be some enforcement. And I was asked at a recent meeting, well, give us a scenario, Tracy, of when an entity or a member might be asked to pay back the $32 per pair. The only scenario that we see is if somebody knew, they went through the training, they should have been wearing the footwear, they blatantly ignored the idea that they should have worn the footwear, they got hurt, it went through the claims process, and no action was taken by supervisor or director or city, meaning, come on, you were through the training, you knew what you were supposed to do, you made a really poor decision, we may need to have a coaching session here or do some discipline. That's one of the key reasons that we approached entities that already have safety programs in place, that already know how to run the PPE, they know how to work with the different teams on when it's appropriate and when maybe it's not, when maybe it's creating a greater risk or hazard. I'll stop talking. I like the program. I'll talk about it all night, and I know you don't want that.
And I was part of those safety committee meetings,
Yep.
the last two, and really I got the perspective that everybody's in support of it. They're just concerned a little bit concerned of the enforcement behind it and defining what is an enforceable action and what is the penalty, and that's really the biggest component of pushback. You know, when are you supposed to wear them? Can you take them home and use them? Those types of things. But overall, the committee was supportive of doing it. And frankly, if I'm out on the ice, I don't know why you wouldn't want to participate.
And I do similar stuff, they work really well if you're wearing them.
They really help if you have them on, yes. Very good point.
They don't work so well hanging from the hook, do they?
They look nice, they look nice.
So part of the resolution includes the disciplinary based on what we have for city policies concerning safety equipment and safety equipment use. It's all part of the code bucket, yeah. So that's included.
What's your implementation scope on it, Tracy?
Assuming things are approved tonight, I would work with the finance director and with Chris Newman to obtain sizes and which models or which style, and I will place the order right away as soon as we get that information. We're in that stage with a couple of other locations as well. It takes a bit.
Yeah.
Even if you think it's a great idea on the front end, there's a lot of things to consider to make sure that folks are comfortable and look at it as a positive.
So that would put us out 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, what do you?
We've been getting them about 7 days from order, and I would have them shipped directly here. Yep, winter walking has been fantastic to work with.
And Chris is currently getting sizes now from department.
Perfect,
So,
perfect,
I think
yeah.
we're on track.
And if, we're really trying to be flexible about it. We've had a lot of questions, well, what if one of them breaks? What if it's in disrepair? We'll get you another one. What if somebody takes them home when they leave? They win the lottery and they're no longer employed here, they take them home. We'll survive that. We'll get a pair for the new employee. We want to make it as easy as possible for folks to use it and reduce the number of slips and falls.
Very good. Any more questions for Tracy on this? Good, we'll move it along then. Thank you.
I'm gonna steal my footwear.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you, Tracy. So we will need a motion to pass the resolution.
Yep.
I would move to pass resolution number 2024-01.
Okay.
Second.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Smith, the second, Commissioner Bragg. Any other discussions on this item? Seeing none, we need a roll call vote then.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're moving on to departmental items. We got 10.1, and I see we have Derek and Sean here, so one of you, or both are gonna come up. Okay?
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners.
We have the intern for deputy police. Is that what it is? What would your title be now?
What's that?
What would your title be, so I can get it right?
Currently, I'm an interim chief of police.
Interim
Yeah.
chief of police, okay. Derek Layers with us to give us what 10.1 is about.
All right, appreciate it. 10.1, we're requesting permission from or approval from the commission to remove the deputy, or the position of detective captain within the Huron Police Department, and replace that position with the deputy chief of police, and request the proposed job description provided. Also, request approval to post the position of deputy chief of police internally, effective tomorrow, and begin the selection process. And then whoever is selected for that position, that promotion would then take effect on April 21st, following the retirement of Chief Van Diepen. Subsequent to that would be permission to continue the process. Through promotions, we will have other vacancies to fill. So I'm requesting permission to continue that process to post and hire any other positions that may be available as a result of the promotion.
Okay, I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Harvey, motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Any discussion with Derek on this item? See none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, stay right where you are.
I will.
I'd want to lose you. 10.2. Would you go over to 10.2 for us?
Yes, so for 10.2, the police department is requesting approval from the commission to apply for a Homeland Security grant. This would be applied for as a 100% funded grant. What this is to, one of the pushes through Homeland Security this year is to update, one of their top priorities is controlled access grants. So what we're asking to do is apply for a grant to replace all the controlled access locks on this building. Because the police department is housed within City Hall, it would be for the main floor as well as the police department on the second floor. So we would be replacing all the existent locks that are in place, some of which, or a majority of which anymore, are mag locks, with an actual, be a keyed access lock that's actually in the locking mechanism itself. And what we'd be doing is putting in for what they call a sole source grant through a company out of Sioux Falls that we've met with, Be Safe and Secure Security Equipment. They came recommended to us by the Beetle County Jail, who they just did a bunch of work for. So we'd be putting in for that grant through them. The bid that we received at this point is $39,483.23.
Make a motion to approve 10.2.
Commissioner Weinrich makes a motion to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Any discussion for Derek on this item? Yes, Commissioner Bragg.
So it's 100% match, and it's based on this quote that you got. What happens when they actually go? I mean, can they come in and say it was harder than we thought, it was 42,000? Can we go back and apply for more? How does that work?
So this is the estimate now. The issue with Homeland Security is that may be awarded in, I think it's May, but usually those funds don't come available until September. There could be some slight difference in the actual quote versus the actual cost. They did try to figure on the high end to give us that wiggle room. But we have worked with the building inspector, Chris Newman, as well, who said that if there's any slight variations, that may be something he would have to cover, be able to budget for. The other thing is the money, if we are awarded the grant in '24, we don't have to use it until '25. So if there is a slight difference, $1,000, $2,000, that's something we could budget for '25 to actually do the actual door locks then.
So they, Homeland Security, I'm sure, has their grant, paperwork, but there's not a contingency type thing on that where you can build something in for that.
So if we are awarded the grant and say for some reason it comes in, you know, they give us an updated estimate at the time that they're actually gonna do the work and it's double. We don't have to take that money from Homeland Security, we could obviously forfeit that, but I don't foresee that.
But we're not able to put any contingency amount in our grant request just to,
No, we
It's a
can't,
Reimbursement grant,
yeah.
so,
Yeah, we would have to turn in whatever we pay for a bill for the reimbursement, but we would get the max of what we asked for, which would be the $39,483.23.
Any more questions for Derek on this item? Need a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Wainwright.
Aye.
Bragg.
aye,
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, Derek, 10.3.
All right, 10.3, the police department's requesting permission to work a trade agreement with Huron Guns and Ammo located at 179 3rd Street in Huron to replace some of our old outdated firearms to purchase new firearms at no cost to us. This is kind of the second half of what you, what came in front of you earlier in, I think it was 2023. So this is the second half. Obviously, we can't work everything all at once. We have to keep firearms well, firearms on order, that kind of thing. So this trade would be for 8 shotguns, 2 .308 caliber rifles, and 5 .22 rifles. We would trade those guns in exchange for what we are requesting to purchase, which would be 4 .22 caliber rifles and 6 AR-15 223 rifles for patrol and detective use.
So your memo says 7 shotguns.
It'd be 7 Remingtons and 1 Mossberg shotgun.
Oh, I see.
Yep, so it'd be a total of 8.
Do I have a motion on this one?
motion to approve.
Commissioner Harvey, motion to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any other questions on this item for Derek? Yes, Commissioner Smith.
I guess the question that I have on it, Derek, is even though it's a equal exchange monetary wise, is there any requirements that it has to be, the ones that we're trading in has to go through some form of a surplus review or an appraisal?
So we haven't before. I guess what we've done in the prior situation that came in front of me last year was we reached out to local area FFLs, just like we did this time. I think there was 4 in Huron and 1 in Watertown we reached out to and just said, hey, this is what we have available, this is what we want to purchase. And Huron Guns and Ammo, what it worked out to be where we would be able to trade what we have and get what we need at a $0 amount. So we wouldn't owe them anything, they wouldn't owe us anything.
So it was, in a roundabout way, it was completed with the firearm distributors.
Yeah, so it goes through their FFL, so because we are a government agency, we're not required to do any paperwork for the transfer of the firearm, they take care of that. So they would run that through their FFL, taking ownership of those items, and that would be like say we have a credit while they order the firearms that we requested.
Maybe you can just explain to Commissioner Smith that we typically don't surplus firearms to the public.
Yes.
So that's why this would be a normal process versus like a normal surplus. Or were you more looking at as like having a committee figure out an appraisal amount of it? Which you would think that the gun store would be more capable of handling that.
Yeah, I guess in the past, other than firearms, there's been a committee that's kind of gives it one over the thumb of.
The only time, to my knowledge, we've ever had a committee determine a value on a firearm is when an officer retires and is allowed to purchase their firearm. Then we assemble a committee because it's an individual officer purchasing their firearm from the city.
And I recognize the arms exchange being kind of non-typical.
Yeah.
The laws allow for trade-ins.
Okay. Anything else for Derek on this item? Okay, we have a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Wainwright.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye, thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Ron Hines, our police chief, our fire chief, is gonna come up and talk to us about 10.4.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. 10.4 is a Homeland Security grant, similar to 10.2. We are looking to add electronic controls to both fire stations. So the South Fire Station on 21st Street, all 3 doors would then have an electronic lock on them. And then the North Fire Station, the 3 doors outside the airport fence would have electronic locks on them also, and the two doors facing the Dakota Avenue at the North Fire Station would have an intercom and a camera also. So with both stations, you know, our quotes came in at $27,285.38.
Make a motion to approve 10.4.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Weinrich,
Second.
second by Commissioner Bragg. Any questions for Fire Chief on this item?
Just got a quick question. What is the currently, do you have, is it unlocked now, like during a certain period of time, or is it locked?
The doors at the South Fire Station would just have a key lock on them, you just push the button and lock it when you leave. The North Station door, our northeast door, our club room door, that one's locked, you know, most of the time during the day unless we have a meeting. And the south door by the flagpole, that just has a audible buzzer when that one opens, it's just got a thumb lock on it, so. And we looked into with Derek and Chris and chat with IT, going with the same company of Safe and Secure.
And then and maybe Chad can answer this, you'll be the one kind of manning both of it, or they'll kind of both?
There'll be a
come in
cloud
here?
base, so, you know, like I'd be like an administrator, so like if somebody needed to get in, if they're down at the South Station, they gotta go in and fix the water heater, the furnace, and the guys are out, they can just unlock it through a mobile app. But then everybody would have a key fob, you know, all the paid personnel would have a key fob to get into the station.
And an intercom if somebody
An
is
intercom,
there and
yeah,
needs
so we
to-
would have an intercom and then a camera at the main desk at the North Station, our radio room.
Any other questions for Ron on this item? From the commission? Seeing none, roll call vote please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
All right, 10.5, do we have somebody who's gonna talk on that?
I can, Chris sent me, and I think the memo's in the packet as well.
Yep.
When they did our, Safety Benefits was around and did our review this year, they're recommending that we put our freight elevator to the west of this building, to have an inspection annually. So this is a contract with Cone then to do that. It's a little under $500 a year. We recommend approval.
Need a motion on this item?
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Harvey, motion to approve, need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any questions for Lynn on this item? Yes, Commissioner Smith?
Just more of a day-to-day question, does that elevator get used quite a bit?
More than you think.
Yeah.
It's all of our papers stored down there, records.
Oh, I suppose,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think there are offices upstairs that are rented out usually.
And
utilize it too.
storage down there for our renters, yes.
So,
Got it.
okay, any other questions? Seeing none, roll call vote please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Moving on to 10.6, Pauline, would you talk to us about 10.6?
Sure, these are 2023 year-end fund transfers. You can see the actual and the budgeted amounts are a little bit different, but again, that is coming from some of our purchases that we did capital assets on, purchasing land, makes a transfer. And then the 732, the COVID CARES Fund, that's the fund from back 2019, 2020, the original CARES money. That fund I'm asking to close. We discussed during budget about moving $212,500 into the street fund for a possible sidewalk projects, and the remainder of the fund then moving into the general fund, which is $386,000. And that to be used on downtown projects, for the downtown project. So otherwise, nothing out of the ordinary too much. You can see some of them are under, some are over. One of the land purchases, we purchased a Third Penny that was discussed a little bit during budget as well. So I'm asking to approve the fund transfers and to close Fund 732.
I'd move to approve the request.
Commissioner Smith, motion to approve, need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Any discussions for Pauline on this item? Yes, Mr. Bragg.
What was the number on the potential sidewalk?
212,500.
Thank you.
We moved that into that street assessment fund, there was like 100 and some thousand in there, so it could be a combination with that as well.
Thank you.
Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Solid waste, Barry, 10.7.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. This is the C&D site renewal permit. This is construction and debris is what this is for. This is, I think this permit renewal gets done every 3 to 4 years, I believe, roughly. And so, with that, we'd ask that the mayor be approved to sign along with Dale Fortin as the operator of the site, and move approval. Or request approval, excuse me.
Just want a quick note that this is the lime beds.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd move that we approve this one, Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Bragg, motion to approve, need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, thanks, Barry.
Yes, thank you.
10.8. Rich, would you do that one, please?
Yep, be happy to, Mr. Mayor. So, as we've discussed before, we are currently undergoing construction for our new solid waste transfer site, and that is across the street from the area that we have been leasing at the former Dakota Pork site that we have been using for outdoor drop-off, but with the combination of winter weather and the fact that that area is under construction, we will be closing the yard waste drop-off site, so that will be effective January 23rd through the winter season. We will reopen